Welcome back to the United States. Blau, you've made it home.
We made it home. We're
You did not.
skipping a
You didn't.
presidential address for this
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
because
you
he
didn't
was
want
more
to.
important.
You didn't get stuck in the wedding that was going on, the wedding party that was going on. You didn't crash that wedding party last time.
I tried, but they wouldn't let me in.
Mm. Well,
You didn't have a shirt on to get in, I guess.
did you happen to tell them that? Hey, listen, I'm about to win my first week playoff round.
I told
You
them I was
didn't.
a D-list celebrity, yeah, that I
Yeah,
was likely
pretty
gonna
much.
win, and it didn't get me very far.
Well, they probably realized that you were not a shoe in to win.
No, I
In
wasn't.
fact, it was like the last actual 4 minutes of the game of the Steeler game, Steeler
On Monday
Miami game
night.
that you actually solidified that win. And I texted you while it was happening, and I got no response. Were you okay?
I wish I had something better to tell you, but I fell
You
asleep
just
before the end of the game,
just fell asleep. Like the most
like
up until
always.
this point, the most important game of the season so far. And you're like, you know what? No, I'm gonna just pass
I
out
was
on the
too
couch for.
nervous. I couldn't walk anymore.
Well, I
So I
mean,
went to bed.
it would have been bad for you because you would have been sitting there just on the edge of your seat the whole time. Basically, you missed it. What happened was like you and Jim were like 1 point away from each other. Like Jim was like 125 and you were 124. You needed 1 point with 4 minutes left to go, and Tua is just chucking the ball down the field because they need to get points. And so Achane is he's not being used at all. And
No, he wasn't.
you needed one more possession for him at least. This just wasn't gonna happen. It didn't look like it was gonna happen. And it was very tight. And then finally, I think Tua chucked him the ball down the field, and I think he got like 10 or 12 yards, and it was enough to put you over. And then you came away with a commanding 130, almost 131 to 123 over top of the joy of painting, who should now be the sadness of painting.
I will say, I will say, Jimmy's been a really good sport about it. I mean, yeah, I think it was what? It was the last 3 minutes. I had a text from you when I woke up that said, "Come on, man." I knew what it meant. I knew I
Yeah.
was still losing when he sent it to me. So I hurried up and checked, and I was pleasantly surprised because I thought Jimmy was gonna
Uh,
win. I really did. I had no joy. I had
yeah.
no joy in fantasy football playing the joy of painting.
Mm-mm,
This
mm-mm. He might have taken the joy out of it for you a little bit
He
there.
did. He did. So it was a hard fought battle. It really
Yeah.
was.
A hard fart battle is
A hard
Mike.
fart, yeah.
It's a hard fart battle. That's Mike Tomlin. That's what he says. It's a hard fart battle. Um, you know what? We didn't do the intro though. We got to do the intro. We
All
we
right.
just did it. We just touched on your game.
We'll dive
You
into it a
know.
little deeper.
Let's dive into it a little deeper here. Let's take a look and see what's
What's
going
going
on
on behind
behind the
the
tool
tool
shed.
playoff edition?
Ooh, don't sleep through this one, Blau.
No. Trev's team still stinks.
Fifth team is the scariest one, but it's also the stinkiest.
Yeah. Stinky.
Break off!
Stinky good.
It does stink a little bit sometimes.
You can frig off.
We're all tools, my friend.
Gage loves Butterfingers.
Um, he does. And
What do
he was
what do fat camp kids do at Christmas?
I don't know. They don't get they don't get candy. They're not allowed. It's sad. It's sad.
Oh, I'm gonna
Um,
mail Gage some Butterfingers.
you should. Wait, can you hear that?
Yeah. Who is that?
That's- that's an old wrestler by the name of Scott Steiner, and he's talking about another wrestler. Calling him
Thought it was Drew for a second.
so good.
Is it Drew?
It's Drew actually. It is Drew. It's fat son of a bitch. No, it's not
Sounded
Drew.
like him.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But I'll tell you what, who's not fat? Devon Achane for you. He came through
Got
in the
lucky.
end. Even though it was against the Steelers, it was he had to earn the points that he got, and I'm glad that he got the points, and I'm still glad that the Dolphins lost too. So, um,
Yeah, I think that last that kind of touchdown in garbage time that the Dolphins got took a point or two away from Jimmy's Steelers D as well.
it did, yeah. So it offset a few things there. Jimmy was looking pretty good. He had a team that did show up. All
Oh
of his
yeah, he had a
players,
great week.
yeah, all of his players did a great job. His kicker got 24 freaking points.
When I saw that,
Um,
I'm out. My jaw dropped when I saw that Jason Myers was his leading scorer.
yeah, that's rough. It's one thing though. Like if you think about it, if your leading scorer is your kicker, do you always win?
No.
Mhm. And I think it's evident in this case here. It's just his whole team had a pretty good series of events happen for them. Your
He just
team,
had no one break out, really.
yeah, that's the thing. You had some breakouts.
I made some questionable decisions too.
Well, it was tough. I'm glad you stuck with Brock Purdy instead of Jordan Love. That was a good call.
Yeah.
It was kind of like ooh, Brock Purdy against Tennessee's, pretty good. But
Tennessee's so bad.
yeah, but Jim was probably hoping Justin Herbert would do a lot better against Kansas City.
I thought that game was going to be a shootout. I don't blame him for playing
We
him.
all exactly. We all thought it would be. He did make the good decision to bench Jalen Waddle against the Steelers. That was he was non-existent against the Steelers, pretty much
Yeah,
only scoring.
I'm surprised he didn't put Mike Evans in. That was a sneaky pickup for him this week or last week.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been the difference maker for him if he would have threw him in for like Devin Neal, for instance.
Yep.
Could have been
He wins.
that's yeah, he does, but you know what? That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's
Is
right.
it's a famous turn of phrase if you've ever heard of that before.
Yeah, I had a
So,
couple guys that didn't really show up this week, so we're hoping for better things
mhm.
come this week.
You put in that Aronda Gadsden the second over top of a Isaiah Likely at
Yeah, well, I wish I would have played Colby Parkinson. He had 25 points almost. I had
See,
him in
that's
there
the
for
thing
a second.
though.
I had a gut feeling and it didn't play out.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. It's like he's projected to get 9.4 points. Who the hell would have thought he's going to get,
2 touchdowns.
exactly. That's wild. I guess it was a weekend. It was a pretty good weekend for tight ends,
Yeah, it was.
So Colby Parkinson did a good job. Does that make you kind of want to potentially use him next week? He's on the up and up right now.
Well, I got to think about it quick because he plays tomorrow night.
He does play
So,
tomorrow night. Okay.
and Thursday
Ugh.
games, I've told you before, I've said it before, Thursday games make me so nervous.
Yeah. Everything's just so up in the air.
Yeah, and I
Nobody
have Puka
nobody
Puka
feels
going
ready.
Thursday night,
Hmm.
and the kicker for the Rams going Thursday night, and then potentially Colby Parkinson. It makes me a little anxious.
Do you play both? Do you go around to Getson and sub in Colby for Chuba Hubbard?
That's the thought.
That's a potential.
That's the consideration I'm making right now.
All right, I think we'll have
We'll
to
know in
find
less
out
than
tomorrow
24
night.
hours.
Exactly. We'll have to find out. Well, congrats on the first win of the postseason here. The 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 man who started out probably thinking he was going to be first in the league, who got knocked down to fifth place by the end of the regular season.
Yeah, that it was a wake up call. It was really a wake up call. Um,
Hmm.
I just hope that the continue that I just hope my team will continue to show up in the playoffs and we can still our hopes are still alive to be repeat champion.
Something tells me you actually were very uh, you were very calculating in your placement of where you got by the end of the season because I don't think you wanted to go up against Trevin.
I'm afraid of Trevin.
I thought
I
he
am.
stinks though. I thought his
He
team
stinks,
stinks.
but I'm afraid of him and I'm proud of him because he beat Team AI
he did beat he
by
beat
almost
the
by
robots.
like 90 by almost 100 points.
Who would have thought that Trevor Lawrence of all QBs would score five total
Six.
touchdowns? Six? Was it six? Yeah,
He had
six.
six
See,
total touchdowns.
I didn't think it was.
No,
Yeah,
I get some credit for that because I traded Trevor Lawrence to Trev.
you did.
So you're welcome,
You
Trev.
you built this. You started
Yeah,
this.
wow, but my God, did he have a great week?
He did. James Cook did. Amon-Ra, St. Brown did. I just like saying his
George
full name.
Kittle
It's
had a
fun.
nice week.
Exactly.
He was. Oh, I think we said it last week that he was someone we didn't really want to go up against coming to the playoffs because he's probably arguably the hottest team right now, and
Yep.
he took down Team AI.
He did. He took down Team AI, who did not have a very good game. He did have some overperformers, but he
He
had a
beat
lot of
Jimmy.
underperformers. You know, exactly. Uh, JJ McCarthy, he was probably happy with
He finally
getting
showed
the
up.
win. He
Yeah.
did. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure JJ was like, "Hey, at least the Vikings won."
Yeah, and I bet he was feeling. I know Bijan played last Thursday night and he got almost 30 points. I bet he was feeling so confident getting that early lead. But man,
Yeah,
Trev looked great.
he did. But Jonathan Taylor didn't show up as much as I don't think there was anything JJ could have done against Trev.
No,
It's
he
just you
didn't. I
can't,
mean, he had.
how do you account for a QB getting 60 points and
You
your wide
can't.
receiver getting 42 points?
It's just like that one game where the Browns up 28-0 in the first quarter of the playoff game against the Steelers. You just knew it was over.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
knew it was
Hey,
over. There's nothing JJ could do when Trevor Lawrence.
no,
You're right. When Trevor Lawrence gets 6 touchdowns, there's nothing you can do.
he he should learn now. You
He should
cannot
learn to
let
draft his own team.
draft your own team. That's what it takes if you want to go the
Draft your
whole
you,
way.
you may AI might get you the playoffs, but it's not going to get you. It's not going to get you through to the semifinal.
You know what happened? The robot's batteries died.
Yep,
That's what happened.
he didn't have enough horsepower left.
Mm-mm. No, so Trev ends up taking the win commandingly and scaring the poop out of all of
Out
us.
of
Yeah, I'm not
everybody else.
even in the playoffs. I'm scared.
I know.
Oh,
Even like Adam Petrin, who rarely sends anything to the group chat, even said that he's just you know
yeah.
he had a bye week and then he has to go right into playing
uh,
Trev because Drew and Adam got lucky this week and didn't have
uh,
to play anybody.
I'm
They
sure
get to take
he's
the
just
week off and
hoping.
watch us all struggle.
Yep, I'm sure he's hoping his players are well rested for this week, and that Trev was a 1 week. This is kind of like like how I said Drew's big game. That was a 1 week thing. He's not going to get it again. Trev, I don't think you're going to get 217 points again, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. I don't. I know it's the
This is
hot
bulletin board
thing.
material for him. It's
It
bulletin
is.
board material for Trev.
Um, so it's going to be interesting this coming week for this coming week's games here to say. Now, before we move on to that, we don't the consolation ladder. Who cares? We don't. All of us stink below that line. However, I do kind of want to just say that my team did show up like it was playing in the playoffs.
You did 150 points.
Finally,
I
finally.
was 100. Kirk Cousins, big game for you.
Let this be a lesson to
ETN.
all of y'all. Yep. I had the right players. I had some of the not so right players, but I
You dominated Xander.
it's about time. Well, he did. I let him have a win for our final regular season week. I let him have the win against me, but I really just had to show him who was boss again.
You had to.
I did. I couldn't. Yeah, I gave him a little taste of what victory is,
You
but then
couldn't let
I
him get too
pulled the
full of
rug out.
himself. You're
Exactly.
right.
Just pull that rug right out. I guess I could have beat him even worse too if I would have switched a few things around. But hey, if I move some things around, he gets to move some things around. Who knows?
Who knows what happens? You're right.
Who knows? Exactly. So
It's a
I
good
am.
momentum builder going into next year.
It is. It is. I
Point
feel
competition.
I feel pretty good about my point total there, although it's pointless.
Yeah, but you still won, and
Mm-hmm.
Gage still loves Butterfingers.
He does. He does.
I was really hoping that he lost because I didn't know what his score was. I was going to say Gage lost, so all was well in the world, but he didn't lose.
Well, there's always this weekend, so
There's always this week.
yep.
It's always a good week when Gage loses.
Well, do you want to go over the superlatives real quick here?
Do it.
See what they're saying about our league. See what all of the fans of the Tool Shed, want to hear this roundup of what it was like really. And it actually it starts by showcasing you and
Yeah.
Jimmy's game. What a week.
Yes.
What a week. Would you look at that? Hey, listen, in
Yeah.
the playoffs, you just need to win. You just need to win. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter how. You
Win's a
just
win.
need to get the V. You got the victory. Well, Brian Exotic, Team Brian Exotic, didn't score a ton compared to the others in the league, but they did just enough to beat the Joy of Painting's 123.8 points. Shout out to Brock Purdy, he's your boy, for contributing 35.15 points and leading the team to the promised land of the second round of the playoffs.
It feels good. It feels
It
good.
does. Feels
It
good.
feels good to be moving on.
Good things feel good.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but every time I look at this picture of Brian with the lion's mane, it just makes me shed a tear laughing.
Just it's a
Just
wonderful
knowing how
picture.
just knowing how drunk he is in that picture
Now,
just makes me laugh.
if if anyone was to paint anything, it should be that picture.
Yeah,
Of
maybe Jimmy can enjoy painting that picture for us.
I think he should. I think that's what needs
He
to
has nothing
happen.
to do now. He's out of the playoffs. He might as well.
Take all that Bob Ross learning that he's done, watching Bob Ross, and paint a happy little picture of Brian BK
Yeah.
drunkily standing next to that lion. I think was that a real lion? Like was
Yeah,
he
that
so
was.
drunk he jumped into the enclosure?
Well, no, I'll tell you exactly what it was. We were at one of my friend's houses. This was many, many years ago.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago. We were at one of my friend's houses on the south side of Pittsburgh, and he was a big game hunter. Him and his dad go big game hunting in Africa, and that
Mm.
was the head of a lion that they killed in Africa.
No
On safari.
shit.
Yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
Brian's like, I gotta take a picture with it because he was hammered.
Of course. Of course.
And I don't want to embarrass him, but that night that was one of the craziest nights for Brian that I ever seen in my life.
Mm,
We had
mm.
to leave him on his basement floor because we couldn't carry him up his stairs.
Oh
Too
no.
heavy.
Now that sounds like a story he'll have to eventually tell all of us
Oh,
someday.
I'll tell you the whole story someday.
Someday. Okay.
One of the funniest nights of my life.
That's gonna be in the memoir, huh?
Yes, it is.
Yep. Good. And so is this win against Jimmy, I'm sure.
Oh, it is. It's going in the bank.
Yeah. Well, how about we take a look at the top scoring players?
Trevor Lawrence, crazy again. I know we just
T.
talked about it.
Lawrence.
61.6 points.
That's the best he's ever done in his entire career so far too, right? Like
I think
that's
that
got
is
to
the
be
best game he's ever had. Yeah. And
yeah.
yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So is he going to continue on? Is this a path towards greatness, or was this just a fluke game? I think it's. I think we have yet to see that yet.
We have yet to
So
see.
we will find out. Trev's got to stick with Trevor Lawrence,
He
right?
has to. He's got to stick with the hot hand.
He does. He does. Well, speaking of hot hands, somebody's got hot hands on Mr. Feeney's
Wouldn't be
big
an episode
weenie.
without talking about the big weenie.
It wouldn't be. You're right. You're right. We had to. So so we got some hot hands on Mr. Feeney's big weenie.
Yeah, the hot hands are on Mr. Feeney's big weenie for 46 points.
I said it earlier. It was a good
hands.
weekend for tight ends. This tight end has hot hands.
Kyle Pitts has his hot hands on Mr. Feeney's big weenie.
Yeah, this tight end has hot hands on Mr. Feeney's big weenie. Perfect.
Helped him go for 46 points in a game that didn't matter.
He showed up big. He showed up real big. Well, Bo Nix also, he had a good game, so that's promising. It's just didn't need to this week. He probably should have saved his big wing. He should have saved his. Yeah, he's going to need him this week. Taylor Gang, Petrin is probably pretty happy with the performance if it was actually in a playable playoff game. So he's hoping, I'm sure, that he'll follow it up with another big performance.
He will.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of big performances, because this is what we're talking about, top scoring players, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I just love saying his full name. It's just fun to say. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Another one of Trev's guys.
Another Trev guy. Of course he shows up on there. You don't score 217 points without having at least two players show up on the top scoring players list.
Yeah, they had over 100 points between the two of them. Just the two of them.
Yeah.
The two of them outscored a couple of teams in our league this week.
That's true. That's true. He could have benched everybody else, but he probably would have gotten a bunch of angry texts in the chat for benching everybody else if he had done that. So
yeah, he could have, but he didn't. You shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't do that, but there's no rule that says you should. Hey, frig off on that rule.
Yeah, frig off.
To finish out the top scoring players, hey, just somebody that happened to be Kirk Cousins on what
Big
was
play for you.
What was the team name for Kirk Cousins on there? I know
ET's egg bukkake party. I said it right finally.
You got it. It's probably going to be the last time you have to say that name.
I think we have 2 episodes left after this.
I know, but you know what? We'll see. But that was our top scoring players. What about our most valuable bench warmers, the ones that got some points, but they were sitting on the bench or just
sitting on the
not
bench
in the playoffs?
on teams that weren't even in the playoffs? Yeah, so Kyle Pitts, Jared Goff, Josh Allen, all great weeks that people left on the bench. The hot hands were on Big Feeney's big weenie on the bench.
Yeah. Yep. That's a shame, but I think that's a good sign showing that the people, the games that did matter didn't, play the right players.
Yeah.
So that's a one way to think about it. But there are some players that shouldn't have been playing, that should have been left on the bench. Well, there's only one. Yeah, Joe Burrow. Just look at that guy.
He doesn't even like playing in Cincinnati anymore.
No, I wouldn't.
He just wants to be done.
I'm sure he did. Did you hear? He said, I don't think any team would have won if I was on their team.
He's down in the dumps right now. He needs something to bring him back up.
Well, he needs to bring that. Didn't he have a pretty wild haircut last year? That
he needs to bring his wild hair
Ellen
back.
DeGeneres.
The blonde back.
Yeah, that's what that's what he needs for sure. But you didn't need Quinshon Judkins to perform like he did.
I'm still pissed at him. Yeah, I'm pissed at him. I mean, we still won, but I'm pissed that he didn't show up. He better bring it next week.
Yeah, he should. He needs to. But I mean, it's Cleveland. Who's Cleveland up against this week? I don't even know. That'll be something we'll have to look at here coming up. But
Jahmyr Gibbs can go ahead and suck it up next week too, like he did this week.
Yeah. I wouldn't even play Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean,
I'd probably bench him.
Coming in with 9.8 points.
Yeah.
Over Drew's bye week.
Defense.
Yeah. You honestly really should. That's a tough one. Now that is very tough though for Drew. That's a tough. He's gonna have to play him, but against the
I don't
Steelers, who
know. I
just
might bench him.
held Achane down to. I mean, Achane did get you points, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, like it said, a win's a win.
A win's a win. But you know,
We just
one
can't stop talking about Trevor Lawrence. If you look at the game changer,
it's
you
just.
know, one
I guess
player's
he
performance
deserves
can
it. He
determine an
deserves it.
outcome, and it was Trevor Lawrence.
I'll give it to him this week. Why?
Because we believe in magic.
That's
And it
true.
was Trevor Lawrence's magical performance against the Jets that made us believe. He beat
Mm.
his projection by almost 39 points and crushed Grace Cherish's cross pattern as a result. Maybe
Yeah.
61.6 points isn't too high to you. But when someone
What?
goes above and beyond, especially fantasy football, every point matters. Hat tip to Trevor Lawrence. Tip in the cap, tip in the cap.
You know, I feel like this was Team AI had to write something about Trevor Lawrence, so they were like, huh, maybe 61.6 points isn't too high for you, you know.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's insanely high. I don't know who's thinking who would
Yeah,
be
who's
saying
thinking?
that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's high for
that was the
everybody.
robots trying to take a dig at, you know, one last dig at Trev Lawrence there. But, you know, he deserves this praise this week. But I think the one thing you have to remember is this was against the Jets.
The Jets
So
stink.
the Jets stink.
They may be the worst team of all time.
They're contenders for that. I mean, you still got to keep the Cleveland Browns in the mix.
That's true.
You still got
That's
to
a
keep
fair
the
point.
Cleveland.
They might be the worst franchise of all time.
Yeah.
I
You
think you're
know, they're neck and neck. It's like they keep trying to stink
right.
each other out, you know.
Oh, well, what do you say we
But
look at the couple of matchups for the two semifinal
this
matchups
is the
for this week?
semifinal big games coming up, and on paper they still kind of look kind of close. Like it's not a blowout on either side, but that's again just on paper, just on
Just on paper.
projections,
Some
you
decisions
know.
still need to be made.
Yes.
And so it's me as the 5 versus Drew as the 1. And Trev is the 6 versus Adam is the 2.
Let's take a look at Trev and Petrin because we'll talk about you and Drew's last, just in
Petron's scared.
case. Yeah, he is, and rightfully so. But you know what? I think you got to you got to keep this in perspective here. He may be scared, but that doesn't mean you can't be brave. What's the
That's true.
difference? What's the difference between what is it, bravery and courage?
Yeah, I'm excited for this
You
matchup.
know?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be super high scoring. I think it might be like a 170 to 160 type of matchup for between Taylor Gang and Illegal Touching. Both teams are on fire.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, Bo Nix going up against Jacksonville, so
Could be a
that's going to be
shootout.
tough. It
Look
is,
at those quarterbacks. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Denver's got a pretty good defense. Is the problem? That's
Right. So
kind of scary. Kind of scary. I think Trev Lawrence might be playing from behind at some point, so he might have to start airing it out
he
again.
might be in and out. And Trev has to play him. He doesn't have a backup quarterback.
Yeah,
So
he's all in. He's all in on that. Um, you know, Petrin has to keep an eye on Tetris McMillan. He's questionable at the moment. But hopefully he's able to come back here. It doesn't really say. Did not participate in Wednesday's practice. So
yeah, he's got a couple guys that are hurt though. Christian Watson's hurt, and a couple other
yeah,
guys on his team. So he may be. He has to keep an eye on his lineup for sure.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But if you look at Trev
They got
has
some options, actually.
he does
He has
because
a healthy team. He
Drake
might come
London might
back.
be coming back. He practiced in a limited fashion today. So,
It says he's likely to make his return in week 16. So
yeah. So he might be if Trev can make it through this week, he might have him for the final game for
And
the
does
big
Trev
win.
and does Trev put in Troy Franklin to try to steal points from Bo Nix?
Mhm. Right. You
Something to think
know,
about.
cause so maybe I was looking at who he would put in for Harold Fannin Jr. potentially, but he's been on the up and up as well since Shador came into the mix.
Yeah, I
So
can see Trev maybe making a move for Harold Fannin Jr., maybe putting Troy Franklin or Drake London in there. We'll see what he does, but
I think if Drake London's,
I'm not
you
gonna
got to
second
prove it.
guess Trev's decision making based on how he did last week.
Yeah, yeah, you kind of have to say, all right, you do what you do, man.
You do what you do
But
because you had this. I think he had the second highest score of the entire league this year. I know Drew has the highest.
mhm.
So
I don't think Petrin's out of it though. I think
I don't think he is either. I
I
think it's gonna
think
be competitive, like I said.
hmm Yep. So this is going to be a close one to watch here, and I think I might have to give the edge to Trev though.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time disagreeing with you. After how hot his team got to sneak into the playoffs the last couple of weeks, after what he did to Team AI last
hmm
week, all due respect to Petrin, I just don't see how Trevin loses this one.
I I think I'll be pleasantly. Would I be pleasantly surprised if Taylor Gang won? Maybe just because
Maybe.
he's second place. I mean he's earned it so far.
You're in the right to
He
be here. You're in the bye week.
exactly
You're in the right.
exactly. So um it's going to be interesting. Let's see how the weekend goes.
I'm
All right,
excited.
all right. But well, how more excited are you though for your matchup
I'm
against the
anxious.
first place team in the league, Wade
I'm anxious.
Bogstad? Mm. Sticking with the Brock Purdy over Jordan Love.
I'm sticking with Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. You got to think though, the history between Green Bay and Chicago. I mean, goes all the way back to Aaron Rodgers' days in Green Bay, and Aaron Rodgers used to feast in Chicago.
He did, but I think Brock Purdy earned the right to be there.
Yeah,
After
I
last
think.
week's performance, he's going against Grandpa in Indianapolis.
Yep,
It might be a shootout. I don't know.
could
I
be.
don't think that the Green Bay and Chicago game is going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be like a low scoring game for some reason.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
But you
It's
know what?
also the Saturday. It's a Saturday night game
It's a
at
Saturday night
8:20.
game. It's
That's
yeah.
odd.
So
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna retract my statements because I just don't trust games that are on weird days at weird times.
that's what I was telling you like earlier. I
Yeah.
have three guys potentially playing tomorrow night, and it makes me so anxious.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't like it.
And then listen, dude, you're not putting yourself in very happy positions because Brock Purdy plays Monday night at 8:15, so it might come to another Monday night nail biter.
Oh, jeez. Good thing I'll be on Christmas break.
Let me
So I can fall asleep.
I'm looking at okay, so Sunday night you'll know what Drew's team's gonna have. He has nobody playing on Monday.
Just hope I don't need like 61.9 points from Brock Purdy.
You might, you know, you might be you might be looking at a second stage loss here. So
Yeah.
if that's the
But
case, if that's the
we
case,
might be making some lineup changes too. We'll see.
yep, yep. I think. Oh man, he's not here. I wish he was here to kind of go over it. He might
No,
he
you know
might have
what?
been
I'm
on here,
glad
but
he's not here. I'm not gonna
yeah,
let him come on here and bully me. He's
you
not
know
coming on
what?
here to bully.
You're damn right, and that's why I'm going to pick you to win.
Yeah, he was gonna come on here and he was gonna try to bully me. He was probably gonna make some stupid YouTube video, trying to get everybody hyped up, trying to talk shit.
Yep.
No, I'm not gonna let him get in my head.
If
So
I
I'm
had
glad
to,
he's not here.
yeah, if I had to give him
If
any
he was here, I'd
advice,
face him head on. If he
you
was
what?
here,
Yeah, you take him,
I'd
take
take
him
him
head
head on.
on. Yeah, it would
And I'm
be
gonna
it
beat
would
him this
be a
week too.
it would be a debate of the ages.
Yeah, and I'm gonna beat him this week, and it's gonna be a 6
Yeah.
seed versus a 5 seed in the final.
Yeah, because you know
Me
what?
and me versus Trev.
You know
That's what
what?
it's coming down to.
You know
Because
what?
I ain't afraid of Wade
I'm a
Bogstyle.
bitch.
Yeah, he's a bitch. I'm not afraid of him.
I'm a bitch.
Yeah. Tell him to quit running his mouth.
Bitch.
That's what he is. Yep.
That's what Drew is. Not what I am. That's who Drew is.
Okay, but I will say he does have a projected over you. So
okay.
you're gonna need to just dig deep.
We're gonna dig deep.
Dig deep. Get that Pookie Nuki out some more, you know. Let's see how he does
we're gonna
tomorrow
bump
night.
Pookie out, and we're gonna
Go.
go. We're gonna run.
Just you know what? Pookie Nuki, don't be afraid. He might be going up against the number one defense in the league. You know, you don't be afraid of that. Don't worry
I'm
about
not
that.
afraid of that.
Don't. I mean, you know,
He's a possession receiver.
he is.
He's a PPR machine.
He is. He is. Jameer Gibbs. I would say, listen, as a former Jameer Gibbs owner,
I'd say
yeah, exactly. I got rid of him. And honestly, at this point, Drew, you should probably too.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve to be in the starting lineup.
He doesn't. You know, just go ahead, get rid of him. Plus, Drew, we have photographic evidence that you took out Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, you did.
And I did submit that to the NFL league, but they
he might as well drop Jameer Gibbs. Just put him on waivers.
Yeah. It's crazy that, you know, he could probably just put in Kamani Vidal.
If he wanted to prove he's a true winner, he would drop Jameer Gibbs and prove he can win without him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, it's going to be an interesting weekend here to see who comes out for the championship.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to it.
It's come down to you four, and all four of you guys deserve to be in there. You guys have good teams that have gotten you to this point. Everyone else kind of stinks, including myself.
Except you.
Yeah. Well, I did score 150 points against Xander last week.
Yeah, maybe you'll score 150 again this week.
Maybe. We'll see. I am going up against Mr. Feeney's big weenie, so I hope it leads to some fun.
Take out the big weenie.
I'll have to take him out. Exactly.
Yeah, take him out.
You know, big Mr. Feeney's big weenie coming to the Egg Bukake party. And he's going to leave.
You know what Mr. Feeney's big weenie can do?
What can it do?
The same thing that Drew can do. They can all frig off.
Hey, frig off.
Frig off.